Okay, good morning. So today we have a bit of a surprise shift in our method of supporting students. We've been getting reports this week that the content or the clarity of the Zoom meetings has not been consistent for everybody. So today I have two kind of mini lectures that I need to present to help us with the work that needs to be done for today and that will lead into the homework for this weekend. So I'm going to make these two support videos and upload them to our VIU Learns page, and that's going to be how we're going to share information, at least until this Zoom issue is resolved. So it's really no different than what you've been doing throughout the semester. It's going to be straightforward. I'm going to present information here. You'll watch the videos and then you'll follow the instructions. So the most important thing that we're working on right now is our essay. As you know, it's a very big chunk of our mark, and we've gotten to the point now where we're ready to write our conclusion paragraph. So let's take a look at conclusion paragraph writing. So I will make a few notes here as I go. So the very first thing you need to ask yourself is, what do we need to effectively write a conclusion paragraph? So first you need to start your conclusion with the correct type of cue. Now cues are really important because they guide the reader. So there's a list of classic cues that are used, and I'll just list them out here. So we've got in conclusion, to conclude, to sum up, in summation, to wrap up, to finalize, and yeah, how many do we have there? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this is a fairly good list. So we always start with the conclusion cue, whichever one you feel most comfortable with, and notice that it's always going to be the capitalized word, then the cue you've chosen, and then a comma. Okay, so that's the first step. Step number 2, you want to restate your thesis in a new way. Yeah, so it's essentially like you're paraphrasing your own thesis. Then you'll have 1 to 2 what I call expanding and connecting sentences. And the purpose of these sentences is to hopefully go from the narrow view of the specific idea you were answering in your essay to try to take your insights and expand them out and connect them back into the real world. So that's why I call them expanding and connecting sentences. Then finally, we want to end with a capstone statement, or what we also could call so there are a few different ways to kind of look at this last idea. It wraps everything up, it makes those connective points back into the world, the larger world, or you can even end with what I call a call to action, which is basically like you're trying to get your readers to commit to doing something. Taking action is powerful. So, okay, these are the parts of the conclusion paragraph, the 4 kind of steps. So let's go through the process here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at my thesis statement again, because I can't paraphrase it effectively unless I review what it is. But here's another tip. You don't want to try to do the paraphrase while you're actually reading the thesis itself. So read it, stop, think, scroll down, think again, rephrase. Okay, so the Outsiders tackles the challenge of highlighting the forces that oppose each other in the society of the Greasers and Socks. Additionally, Hinton used a range of literary devices to draw in her readers: similes, symbolism, and the critical theme of class-driven violence class-driven violence's impact on youths. So highlighting society, class difference, simile, symbolism, violence. Okay, so I'm just kind of reminding myself there. So what was it again? We just double check. It was simile, symbolism. Good. So now I'm into the expanding sentences here. So now I'd be moving into that final piece there, that capstone statement, final insight or call to action. Now remember, the other thing that we should mention is that this is just my first draft, right? So I'm not married to this paragraph. It's just we want to get it done so that we can kind of lock down our essay and have that critical soak time that we need. So as you know, this will be due next Tuesday. So that's December I think it's December 1st. Anyways, next Tuesday, you'll have to get your essay in. So if you can finish the draft today, for example, then you could let it soak for Thursday night, Friday, maybe the beginning of Saturday. You want to start looking at it again, going through. So you're not married to this. It doesn't have to be your final idea, but you're gonna try to get something down. I'm just gonna correct that spelling mistake there while I have a chance. Okay. So this is kind of where I'm trying to, and it does sometimes take a bit of thinking time, right, to make this work. Okay, so it did eventually get there in the end. So let's read through our summation paragraph, or our summary paragraph, or our conclusion paragraph, however you want to state it here. So in summation, The Outsiders powerfully addresses the core issues of teenagers struggling against an unfair society and the violence that these challenges can create. Through the lens of literary devices such as similes and symbolism, readers can reflect on how the world separates people based on how they look and what they have. Wealth can give people opportunities, but it can also blind them to how the rest of society lives. Thus, equality and fairness should be the goal of all cultures. Moreover, individuals, so we'll want to make that plural. Good. Individuals must be aware that they can choose whether to join such violence or stand peacefully against it. So you can see that in the end, I did kind of, I was able to kind of circle back around. You can see that the thesis is restated from here to about here. And then now from this point forward, I start to expand, right? These are my expanding sentences. And then this is my call to action at the end here. Okay, wonderful. So I will upload this video to VIU Learns, and then I'm going to make a second video which will explain today's paragraph assignment. But what you should be doing now is watch this video and then start writing your conclusion paragraph. Try to get the first draft done. Second video will be forthcoming.